with Many Fingers got suggested to me randomly on Steam, presumably because they monitor my browsing history or have purchased it from Big Daddy Google and therefore know my proclivity towards conspiracy theories. And for once, I'm fine with the collusion of big tech giants to collect my data, because this is my new favourite first-time experience in a video game, and will probably top my Game of the Year list of 2021. But first, I must get my only two criticisms out of the way. Firstly, by default, it launches in letterbox mode. I don't know why, but it does. You can change it, and you should, but it's a very small bugbear. The second, the developer, Celestia, for some reason felt the need to put in red this line about the CIA. It would be fine if the game was a narrative story where you play an established character, but it's not. It's also just a very unsubtle line and doesn't really fit in with everything else in the game, nor is it even needed since it should be obvious, especially upon completion of the game. Now, the good. Like I said, Many Fingers is a top-tier first experience game. People talk about the phenomenon of being able to have that first-time experience again and again with certain titles, common options being Minecraft, Bioshock, Mass Effect.
I've had enough of your disingenuous assertions.
Well, I've played them all, and if I could pick one to forget and relive via some Men in Black magic, it would be A Hand with Many Fingers. This game captivates you in such a simple way, by opening with the caption, "This game requires you to take notes, ideally with a pen and paper." Pen and paper? A video game hasn't encroached upon my real life like that since forever ago. Now, younger viewers may not remember, but there was a time where one couldn't just pick up a phone and Google every solution. Instead, you took notes, you swapped them with friends in school, or perhaps your big brother, and eventually you would have all the locations of guns, vehicle spawns, and collectibles marked down on your own copy of a San Andreas map that you held in your hands, and then lost. This game, in some small way, recaptures this magic. But the truly compelling thing about this game is that it all really happened. It's all taken from a real CIA cover-up, not too dissimilar from the Iran-Contra affair that haunted Ronald Reagan's presidency less than 10 years later. Many Fingers is a Corkboard and Twine game, and I mean that as literally as I can. You research this real-life cover-up and maybe discover the truth. Researching, if you've never had to do it, is humdrum tedium. Flipping through files, digging out boxes, listening to a tinny radio.
Ooh. Oh, I didn't like that.
But it's also the excitement of finding a lead that opens up. More and more and more until finally your corkboard looks like this, and all your twine seems to be leading to one place. This is a truly fantastic experience, one unlike any other detective game I've ever played, which this ostensibly is. There's no real gamification here. In LA Noire, a musical note plays when you get near to a piece of evidence. In Batman, you press a button and suddenly you know everything. But nothing of that sort is here. You could find yourself stuck for 20 minutes, looking up at your board, looking down at your real-life notes, until, for some reason, your brain notices something. Just two initials. I've seen a name with those initials before while searching through the archives. So you go out, look through all your open drawers, and try to find it. Perhaps you do, perhaps you don't. But that out-of-the-box thinking is something this game provokes, and necessitates, to discover the truth of Frank Nugan's murder in 1980. OS 10972, Sydney. People talk about the phenomenon